Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. Sat Sri Akal. Shalom. Welcome. Everyone, welcome. Creating a space here today for the inner warrior. So we want to think about how can we draw in our courage, light up the flame so that we can rise with our personal power and just be in our bodies, be on our mat, in ourselves without feeling fearful. So our practice today is going to be strong practice. So I want you to think about how to connect with your strength, to connect with your foundation and rise up from your foundation. So I'm just going to have this handy for a moment. So our mudra for today is Trishul Mudra. So let's bring the thumb and index to touch, and then bring the 3 middle fingers so that they're upright and connected. Trishul means trident. So our practice today is around honoring the deity Shiva, the Adi Yogi, the first yogi, the Maha Yogi, the great yogi, Shiva. And the form of Shiva that we're going to connect with is Rudra. This is the fearless, howling, strong, wrathful form of Shiva. So this is a real powerful incarnation of Shiva, of this first yogi. And Shiva carries a trident. And the trident represents this weapon of choice for Shiva, represents our divine intention, the inner desire, the thing that we are drawn to do, Icha, our feeling, deep, deep feeling, Icha, Shakti, the energy of emotion, the energy of feeling, the energy of inspiration, of desire. So that's one trident, one spoke. Gyan, Shakti is the action of the energy of the power of thinking, wisdom, knowledge. And the third, it represents Kriya Shakti, the energy of action, of manifestation, of sacred action, of divine action. So we have Icha, Gyan, and Kriya Shakti. Shakti means energy or power. And each of these represents the feeling, the thinking, the doing aspects of ourselves. And as we know, each of the fingers are also connected to the elements. The fire element, the Agni, is represented by the thumb. The Vayu, the air element, is represented by the index. Akash, or space element, is represented by the middle finger. Jal, water, is represented by the ring finger. And earth, Prithvi, is represented by the little finger. So you can see when we bring the thumb and the little finger together, we're bringing together fire element, Agni, and earth element, Prithvi. Earth to represent the foundation, rising up from the earth with strength and power. Agni represents this kind of like burning commitment, drive, resolution, the transformation. So Trishul Mudra. Let's have them in front of the heart, Anahata, facing each other, creating our intention for our practice. Let's open by chanting Om 3 times. Then drop into your heart space and set your purpose for today, your intention. Connect with your feelings, your thoughts, and how you're going to put them into action or manifest them on your mat and in your day, off the mat. Om. 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 Open out your arms, reach out with your mudra, arms open wide. As you exhale, let's create a shield. Left hand on right shoulder, right hand on left shoulder, crossing here. This is the shield of Shiva. Opening again, this time, let's take our right hand forward and left hand back. So just make sure you've got lots of space. I'm going to have to turn to the side so you can see me. So this is the action. Back shield, open out, right hand goes behind. Bring it back. Now out to the sides. And we'll do this 3 times. So always coming back to your shield at the heart and then open forward, open back, forward with the right, back with the right, open both out to the sides parallel. So let's do this 3 rounds while I'm faffing around because I have a wall near me. And as you're doing this, I'm going to chant our mantra, the Shiva Gayatri mantra. Om Tat Purashaya Vidmahi Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. So keep doing this and I'll chant 1 more time. So this means let me meditate on the supreme consciousness, the great being, however we define that divine. Let Rudra, Shiva, the wrathful form, illuminate my mind and show me my path. Om Tat Purashaya Vidmahi Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Om 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 Tat Purashaya Vidmahi Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Om Om Om. Hands back to your heart. Take a moment here, reconnect with your intention, reconnect with the feeling you wish to create, the thoughts you wish to create, the action you want to manifest, Icha, Gyan, and Kriya Shakti. Take a moment here. And then let's release our hands. Place your fingers on the earth. As you reach up, let's go over to the left with the official mudra. Through center, over to the right. With your trishul mudra, back to center, and then through 3 times, reaching up and over. So for our practice today, we're going to connect with this sense of our inner power, the inner warrior. So if you're feeling angry about something, really use the power of that anger to reach through your sword or your trident. Back to center. Let's take a moment. Inhale to reach up, facing palms with your trishul mudra here. Exhale over to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale over to the left. through center, over to the other side. Now let's do this 3 times with your breath. Breathing in each time, channeling the warrior spirit, connecting with the fire, the Agni element associated with your Manipur, the solar plexus, this area between the above the navel and below the diaphragm. And when you've done 3 times in each direction, back to center, reaching up. Exhale, bring your hands back in front of your heart. Take a moment here. Take a moment. And then let's release the hands, wriggle your fingers, because that's not an easy mudra, sacred seal or gesture to hold. So flex your fingers, flick them out like stars, rotate at your fingers, rotate at your wrists. Come onto your knees. We're coming into Virasana pose. This is hero pose. I invite you to use your rolled up blanket on the inside of your ankles or underneath your seat or underneath your knees if this is not comfortable for you. This is the hero pose. Ground down through your lower body. Let's lift up through the central line, the central channel. And imagine that you are a flame here, the flame in a candle. So when you think about a diva, or this sort of you have the clay pot with the oil, and then you have the thread or the wick rising up from it. So there's the clay pot is your connection with the earth. And then the light and the wick, the flame is your upper body here, rising up. So sitting tall, draw your navel in here, connect with your mulabandha, so squeeze the center of your pelvis, knit in the ribs, draw that navel back to the spine. Let's come back into our Shiva shield. Left hand on right shoulder, right hand on left shoulder. Remember, the left and the right represent the Shakti and Shiva energies. So we have our Shiva energies represented on the right side of our body. So we're using that on top. The Shakti energy is represented by the left. Om Kavachine Namaha. Om Kavachine Namaha. Om Kavachine Namaha. Invoking the shield of protection. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, interlace all your fingers, release your middle fingers. Exhale over to the left. This is the flame burning inside. Exhale over to the right. Setting your intention. Inhale, center, over to the left one more time. Through center, over to the right. Take a moment, open out your trident. Look over to the right. Head to center, look over to the left. Head to center, reach up, looking up. Exhale, bring your hands onto your knees, palms face down or on the sides or face up. Look down towards the earth. This is our open trident here. Om Trishulaya Namaha. Om Trishulaya Namaha. Om Trishulaya Namaha. So when we have our arms crossed in the shield of Shiva, we're going to chant Om Kavachine Namaha, which means drawing in the shield, the protective shield of Shiva. And then when we're in our trident form with our arms open, we'll chant Om Trishulaya Namaha. That's invoking all of the energies of Shakti there in that open. This is the action of attack, of progress, of going forward, of stepping into something, of being prepared to lean into those difficult moments with courage. So this is that courage. This is the protection. Got that? That's what we're going to work with today. Let's come onto our knees, hands on the earth. We're really going to fire up now. Tuck the toes, draw in the navel, cat cow here, Bitlyasana, Madhyasana, 3 times. We're not hanging around. Use your victory breath, Ujjayi breath. This is the ocean sounding breath with the constriction at the back of the throat. When you come to your 3rd round, let's extend that right leg long, tuck in the heel, bring your left hand into Trishul Mudra. Inhale to reach up. Om trishulaya namah. So remember, when we open, as you exhale, take the left arm parallel to the earth. You can keep that right foot tucked, or you can lift the right leg. Flex the foot here. Hug in the navel, balance here. Have your gaze down towards the earth so the back of your neck feels long. 1 more breath here. Stay strong. Find your courage. Find your inner strength. Exhale. Hug in the elbow and the knee towards each other. Open out. And hug in the elbow and the knee. Open out. Last time, hugging the elbow to the knee. And then release your hands to the earth. Rotate your right wrist just to release that for a moment. Inhale, draw, extend that left leg long, tuck in the foot, and reach up with your right arm. This is your open Trishula. Om trishulaya namah. This is the action which has arisen from your wisdom, from your desire. Take that right arm parallel. Left leg foot can stay on the earth or lifted. Draw in the navel, squeeze in the pelvis. So squeeze at the center of the pelvis. Engage the navel, toning that core to the spine. So really working that, the Manipur chakra here, where the firepower sits here at the core. This is where we create our commitment. Our sense of power sits here. As you exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. 3 times here. Keep hugging in the navel. Press through that right leg. When you've done your 3 rounds, let's release to the earth. You might want to rotate that left hand. Take a moment here. Tuck your toes. Inhale, lift your knees, hover for a moment. As you exhale, reach back with your tailbone. Bring your ears between your arms. Spread your fingers wide. Press through the finger pads and the knuckles. And then reach the tailbone back. Shift the weight into your hips. Draw in your navel. Squeeze the center of your pelvis. Reach back through the hips and pelvis. Pedal through your feet. And then let's come into our mountain here. Strong in your mountain today. So tiger paw hands, these claws, so that you are pushing the earth away with your hands. You're using these padded parts of your hands at the fingertips and the knuckles and the outer edges. So there's a slight suction in the palm. The inner creases of your wrists are parallel. Your hands are as wide as the mat. When you're in your mountain, your still mountain, have a bend in your knees. Squeeze in the Mula Bandh, squeeze in the Uddiyana Bandh. That's the pelvis. and the navel. One more breath. Walk your hands back towards your body. So let's come into a functional forward fold here. Feet are parallel to your hips. They can be quite wide. Your hands can be resting on your blocks, on your sofa, whatever you can reach for. Shift the weight back into your hips and pelvis. Squeeze your navel towards your spine. Lift your toes and then distribute them by spreading those toes wide. And then connect with the weight of the big toe mound and the inner heel. Connect with the little toe mound and the outer heel of both feet. Your fingers are just resting gently on the earth's surface. Bring your hands to your thighs, halfway lift, tuck in your elbows to your sides, crown reaching forward, tailbone reaching back. And then as you inhale with your spine neutral, rise up to come to standing. Take a moment here. Take a full breath here. Now you see that path ahead of you on your mat. So we're doing the Surya Namaskar. We're going to walk into that space with intentionality, with purposeful steps. So shift the weight into your left leg. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Bend into your right knee. As you step forward, you're going to reach forward with your right arm and step that right foot forward. So you might need a soft bend in that left leg. Step back, step forward. Now you might need to shift your left foot. So you're stepping forward into warrior one here, Virabhadrasana. That left leg is reaching behind you because that's where your starting point was, your right foot. Now you might need to shimmy your foot forward slightly and bend into that knee. Check your stance here. You might need to open out that left leg. Connect through your foundation first with the earth. So check where the weight is here. You want the weight to be fairly even between these two legs. So press into the right foot. And then lift the weight like by hugging in your shin, by drawing the inside of your thigh back so that you're hugging your muscles in towards the bones. And you will notice that brings the weight right up from your foot into your leg. So we're transferring the body weight into our heaviest part, the hips and pelvis. You're reaching through that outer leg, that leg that's behind you. Check where the weight is. So you might be pushing a lot of weight into your ankle. So shift the weight to the little toe side and the outer heel, and then press gently into the big toe and inner heel. Hands in trishulaya. Let's cross the left arm over the right. Cross the right arm over the left, sorry. In your Shiva shield here. Sink into that, bend into that right knee. Bring your feet in as if you're drawing them to the midline. So as if you're hugging your both legs in together. And when you're ready, let's reach up with our hands. Parallel here or a V shape. Lift your gaze onto the horizon, your drishti. One breath here. As you exhale, open out into Mahaviradrasana, the great warrior. So the hands can be pointing down, or you can have your arms out. Your palms out, rather. Yogi's choice. See what's happening with that left arm behind. Is it dropping down? So lift it up. Open across your heart. As you exhale, bring the arms into your shield. Open them out. Let's do this for 3 rounds. So Mahaviradrasana with open arms and your shield. So your trident is ready for action, for use, for taking you forward, for victory in your battles, and that protective shield for when you need to retreat before you step forward again. So the retreat part, this keeping safe part is open. Last one, wherever you are. Let's bring that right forearm onto the right knee. Left arm reaches up. Extended side angle. Take a moment here. Drop that left hand, reach up and over into Shanti Warrior. So extended side angle to Shanti Warrior. This left hand can stay on the left leg, or you can wrap it around your lower back. This is also known as Vipariti. Vipariti Virabhadrasana, or reverse warrior. So you see the action today. If you need to straighten your leg out, take a little break because your thigh is burning, feel free to do that at any point. And then let's come back to the great warrior Mahavirabhadrasana. Take a moment, straighten through that leg to release it for a moment here. Hinge over to the right, bring that right hand down towards the earth or a block and reach up with the left arm. Here you are in Trikonasana. Now bring your hands together in your shield and open up. So you'll notice that you naturally sync your breath with opening action tends to be the inhale. That withdrawing action tends to be the exhale. If it's the other way around, it matters not. But notice what happens naturally when you just release the breath to be as it is. And remember, you can chant your mantra. Om Kavachine Namaha, or Om Trishulaya Namaha. And then one more, let's stay open in Trikonasana, bend into your knee, rise up, Mahavirabhadrasana, warrior one. Exhale, shield to your heart. And take a moment, release your arms behind you into wings here. From here, we're going to step forward with this left leg to meet the right leg. And as we do that, we're going to take our arms up. So we'll demo this one more time. So rotate onto the ball of that left foot and step up. Bend into your knee. That left foot becomes parallel to the earth. Let's go back onto the ball of that foot. So inhale, step forward. Your knee is lifted. Foot is flexed. Exhale, step back. Take your arms back. If you wobble, doesn't matter, practice. Try gazing at something on the earth just ahead of you. So about your body's length or body's height in front of you. Inhaling to rise, exhaling to reach back. Last time, reaching back. Now let's stay there for a moment. Take a moment here and then step forward. Let's stay here. Ujjayi breath, your victory breath, that constricted breath at the back of your throat. That sounds like Darth Vader, as if you're trying to fog up a mirror. If you wish to bring that ball of that left foot onto the earth, you are invited to do that. When you're ready, let's bring both our feet down, bring our hands to our heart, and then let's release our mudra. Because again, it does get quite demanding on the hands, this mudra, because we're really directing the energy Think about your organs of action. How do you get things done? Feet and hands. These are our organs of action. Coming to the top of your mat, take a moment here and we're going to do a round of Surya Namaskar, and then we're going to repeat this whole sequence, the warrior sequence on the left side. Inhale to reach up, gentle back bend. Exhale to hinge forward. Bring your hands to the earth in forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Hands can be on your thighs, elbows tucked in, hands on shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bending into your knees with a straight back, rise up. Gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to your heart. Parallel. You can even come into your Shiva shield if you wish. One more round. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Wherever you want to have your hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to heart or shield. Last time, inhale to reach up and back. Exhale to fold down towards the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, rise up. When you rise up, hug in the navel to the spine. Gentle back bend. Hands up and a heart to protect your heart. This is where the root of courage sits, in the heart. La cure or shield. Now let's do one full round as we head to the back of the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Take a moment here. Step the right foot back. Bring the right knee to the earth. You can keep the toes tucked or untuck them. Inhale, hands reach up. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands to the earth. Lift your right knee and step back long with your left foot here in body parallel, Phalakasana. Exhaling, you can either come down in Chaturanga or in Ashtangasana. So I'll do Ashtangasana. Bring your knees to the earth, bend your elbows, lift your tailbone, and then lower to the earth with your heart and chin. From here, you're going to come up in up dog, Urdhva, Mukha Shavanasana, or Bhujangasana. Untuck your toes, slide your head through, bring your elbows in towards your ribs, rising cobra, Bhujangasana. Relax your shoulders, lengthen your heart. If you're in up dog, remember to claw your hands, tiger pose, so you're not dropping your weight. Wherever we are, we're all going to meet back in Parvatasana Mountain. You might want to move through table. Come into your mountain here. Walk your hands back towards your body. Come into a functional forward fold. Feet are quite wide, perhaps hip distance wide. You're on your fingertips or you're using your blocks. Shift the weight into the back of your legs, your hips, your pelvis. Hug in the outer shins. Draw in the inner thighs so that they're reaching towards the back of the room, so that you hug your muscles in. Press through the four corners of your feet. Feel that the weight is in your hips. Hug in your navel. Breathe into your back body. Big breath. And then let's walk your hands closer. Inhale to rise up on the back of your mat. And now we're going to repeat our series with the left leg stepping back. So remember, we're going to take a big step forward onto our path with courage, with power, with stamina. So when you're ready, ground down through that right foot so that that right foot is firmly connected in the earth. Lift your toes, spread them out, and then connect from your little toe to the big toe. Then connect to the big toe pad and the inner heel, the little toe pad and the outer heel. And find your gaze, something you're going to focus on as you step forward. Inhale, bend into your knees, and then let's take a big step forward. And make sure that we have that right heel on the earth. So the right foot is a 45-degree angle, coming into our Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1 stance. So your feet can be as wide as your mat. They can be a little bit more aligned. So find that distance, the width between your 2 feet that suits you and works for you, that helps you to feel grounded. Find your alignment first through your foundation up. Feet, check in with your feet. Are you feeling connected evenly through your feet? Hug in all of the muscles towards the midline. So imagine that you're squeezing your inner thighs towards each other. Bend into that left knee. Hug in your core by squeezing your navel towards the spine. Squeeze your pelvis in. Come into your shield, Shiva shield here. Om Kavachine Namaha. Take a moment and then let's rise up. Arms above, overhead. Palms facing each other. So imagine you have a current or a channel of energy rising up from the earth through your feet, traveling the length of your legs, your spine, and coming out of your trident. This is the Shakti power rising. So Shakti is the spark of energy, the spark of power that Shiva needs. Consciousness needs. One breath here. So we're going to now do our little sequence where we open up into Mahavirabhadrasana. I'm going to turn around so you can see me. So Mahavirabhadrasana here. And then let's bring your shield opening up. So remember the left arm stays underneath the right when we cross our heart. Checking your alignment the whole time. Sinking into the earth and then rising up. So rooting and then rising, the flame with the flame. And as you open, remember the open, expansive variation is us stepping into action, like Pepper right now. Om trishulaya namaha. I'm finding all the L's quite difficult today. Om trishulaya namaha. And let's stop here. We've done quite a few. Bring that left forearm onto that left thigh. Reach overhead with your right arm. And let's move here through Shanti and extended side angle. So Shanti, warrior. So that right hand can wrap round or it can come onto your right leg. Connect with your feeling, so your desire, your hopes. Connect with your thoughts. Connect with the action. So let's come into Mahavirabhasana, into stillness here. Take a moment here. So now, you know what we're going to do. We're going to step forward. So in order to step forward, I'm going to turn around so I'm looking the right way. You need to rotate onto the ball of that right leg. Be connected through both feet. Have a sense of buoyancy here in order to spring into action. And we're going to take our arms back when our foot is back, and up in the air when we step forward with our knee parallel to the earth, with our thigh parallel to the earth. Find something to focus on so that will help you stay balanced. When you're ready, step forward. And if you have to drop your foot, that's fine, because remember, you might be quite a long stance here. And then you'll automatically come into a shorter stance that feels more sustainable for you. Exhaling to reach back. Inhaling to step forward. Use your Ujjayi breath. Let's keep that up for a few rounds. So can you feel how we're creating and feeding and stoking the fire? But we're stoking this fire with purpose, because we're drawing in on our intention. We're drawing in on our knowledge and wisdom. So we're not just relying on feeling or desire. We're drawing in on knowledge and wisdom. I think Pepper's got a little bit of that warrior spirit in him today. Let's reach back now and stay there for a moment in your Trishulaya Mudra. And then when you're ready, we're going to step forward and we're going to stay here for a moment. Let's pause here. And as you pause, reconnect with the physical alignment. So when you're pausing here, activate. So connect through the four corners of that foot that's on the earth. Hug the outer shin in, the inner thigh, squeeze it. So as if you're squeezing it to the back, almost like you're wrapping it around the back of the thigh. Hug into the midline, draw in the navel. So squeeze the pelvic inside of the pelvis, and then draw the navel in. So this is your balance here. And you can use like your toes here, that almost like a rudder your toes can be to keep you here. And then, friends, let's come down to the earth, hands parallel. Take a moment here, reconnect with your Ujjayi breath, this ocean sounding breath. Ujjayi, Jai means victory. So victory breath. The advantage of victory breath is that it's cooling. So when you're working with this fire element, Agni, it helps to sustain you, because this breath is also like a fan. It's maintaining the temperature so that you don't overheat or burn out. Let's move into our Ardha Surya Namaskar and then Surya Namaskar. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands on shins or thighs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, draw in your navel to the spine, so rise up. Gentle back bend. Exhale, either into your shield mudra or your palms facing each other. Twice more in your own rate. Inhale to rise up and gentle back bend. Exhale, hinge forward to fold. Fingers down towards the earth or your props that you're using. Exhale, halfway lift, hands on shins or thighs or fingertips on the earth. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Gentle back bend. Exhale, your Shiva shield or Trishul Mudra in front of your Anahat. That was the last time, wasn't it? That was 3 rounds, I have to remember. I'm very distracted by my pepper. Inhale, moving into Surya Namaskar. Exhale, fold. Let's step back the left foot long. Bring the knee to the earth. Take a moment here and then rise up in Anjaneyasana. Hands parallel. Sink into that hip. Exhale, hands to the earth. Lift the left knee, step back, long body parallel. Plank, Phalakasana. You can exhale, Ashtangasana, and then rise in Bhujangasana, or you can Chaturanga. So to Chaturanga, draw the navel towards the spine, bend into the elbows and lower to the earth. Inhale, slide your neck through your shoulders, untuck your toes. Check what's happening with your wrists so that your weight is not dropping into your wrists here in Urdhva Mukha Shavanasana. Then let's all meet in down dog, Adho Mukha Shavanasana, and in my team, I refer to it as Parvatasana Mountain. So coming into your Parvatasana, your mountain here, check your alignment. Are you happy with it? So claw your fingers like they're tiger paws. Crown is reaching towards the earth. Ears between your biceps. Shoulders away from your ears. The back of your throat and the ears are parallel here. So you kind of almost as if you're pulling your throat and your ears back. That will make sure that you don't drop your head here. So we're not dropping our head, we're maintaining an alignment in our spine. So it's almost like an arrow. And then when you're ready and you've shifted the weight back into your hips and pelvis, walk into forward, into functional fold. Breathe into the back of your body here. Unlock your knees if you find that you're locking them. Inhale, bend into your knees, rise up, standing. Exhale, hands parallel or in your Shiva shield. Take a moment here. Inhaling. Let's take a step to the middle of our mat. Come into our Tadasana, standing mountain, root down. Coming into some more balance before we come to the earth. So we're going to come into figure of four, which is often known as a variation of Natarajasana. Natarajasana is the dance form of Shiva. So the practice we've been doing together today is the kind of wrathful, powerful Shiva. And this is the playful, so there's the playful side. So we'll just kind of we'll take it down a few notches here. My English is all over the place today. Let's shift the weight into the left foot. So bring up the heel of the right foot here. You might want to be near a wall for balance. But I'm going to give you different steps here. So we don't all be on the same stop here. We're going to be at different stops here. So stop one is you cross that right foot in front of the left and you stay on the ball of the foot and then you bend into your knees. Your Shiva, what you're going to do with your Trishulaya Mudra is reach behind like this. Your next option is to bring that right ankle onto the left thigh and then sit here. Flex that right foot. When you've got your balance here, we're going to start moving our arms. So open out your arms to the side. Reaching up, parallel, coming into your shield. And let's flow like this, opening, reaching up, shield. Om trishulaya namah. Om kavachine namah. Om Trishulaya Namaha. Om Kavachine Namaha. Last round. I know that your standing leg is feeling this wherever you are, whichever format you're in. Let's straighten up through the legs. Uncross that right foot, that left leg, if it needs a little shimmy or a little shake or a little rotation, go for it. Before we swap legs. So this time we're going to root down through the right leg, lift the left heel. So remember, you've got the same options here. So here we're going to have the heart open for courage, arms reaching back. Like their wings. Cross that left foot over the right. Remember, you can stay here with a little bend in your knees, or you can bring that left ankle onto the right thigh, like a figure of 4. You might be a bit wobblier on one side compared to the other. And when you're ready, let's open up the arms, reaching up so they're parallel. Exhaling into cross your heart, this shield. And again, you can chant the mantra with me. And remember, whenever I chant mantra, Sanskrit, that is for my benefit, that because I'm honoring the practice. You may join me with the mantra, or you may use your own variation, set your intention in your own home language. So this open Om Trishulaya Namaha is invoking this courageous, powerful, forward moving energy. This cross the heart shield is for protecting and withdrawing when we need to gather our courage. When you're done, because I know you've been doing a few while I talk, release your ankle and shimmy through whichever leg needs it, or shimmy through both legs. We're coming directly down to the earth. So let's take our feet slightly wide. Actually, let's take our feet a lot wider. Just a moment of inspiration. Open out your arms in Kalasana style pose. As you exhale, let's turn the toes out, bend into your knees and come into your shield. Star Karasana to Devyasana, Utkata Kanasana. You're like, Kallie, why did you suddenly think of something else that involves more work for us? Because I just looked at the clock and realized I have some extra minutes. And I very rarely have extra minutes in my practice. One more here. And remember to use your Ujjayi pranayama, your Ujjayi breath. And then let's come into Goddess Utkata Kanasana here, the Shakti pose. And let's go over to the right, extend that left leg and open out your arms. Let's go over to the left and open out your arms. So let's go from side to side for 3 rounds. Last time here, we'll finish on this side. And let's hinge forward from our hips, bring our hands to the earth or onto blocks, heel toe closer. And then let's come onto our knees into Vrasana, hero pose. Take a moment here. Remember, you can wriggle your fingers because you've been working hard with your Mudra today. You can also reach with your hands to your fingertips and just push out that heel of each hand alternately. And also do it the other way. Rotate your wrists one way, then the other way. And that's really releasing for our hands. Let's come onto our back. We're going to come into bridge pose, Setu Bandhasan. It's coming onto the earth. Bring your heels up towards your fingertips. Lay your foundation here. So imagine you have a block between your thighs that you're squeezing together. Press into all four corners of your feet. Draw your navel down towards the spine. You can use your forearms for a scaffold here. And if you want to come into your mudra, you can come into your mudra. As you inhale, lift your hips and pelvis. Squeezing your thighs together this whole time. So allow the wave of this movement to travel the full length of your spine, so that only your shoulder blades are on the earth here. You can keep pressing into your forearms. This is your scaffold. Or you can reach underneath you and come into a yoga mudra by interlacing all your fingers. Coming into your Satubandhasana bridge pose. Connect with your Ujjayi pranayama, this ocean sounding breath. And you're really going to feel it here because we have a little bit of a throat lock going on. The breath comes in and out through your nose. Keep squeezing that block between the thighs. Keep pushing through your feet, lifting your hips and pelvis. One more here. And then as we release, again, you can use your forearms to scaffold you. Lower the back along its natural curvature. So you'll find your upper back and middle back first, your lower back, because it has a dip, won't connect with the earth. Your hips and pelvis and sacrum will connect with the earth first. Take a moment here. Hug in your knees. Gentle roll in your lower back side to side. Yogis, let's drop our knees over to the left for a very gentle twist, Supta Matsyendrasana. Your arms can be out, away from your body. You can have your arms in cactus arms. Yogi's choice. Breathe into your abdomen here. Breathe into your lower back here. Your heart is open. Inhale, squeeze your navel towards the spine. Hug your knees in, travel through center, and then exhale your knees over to the other side. Again, breathe into your lower body here. Inhale back to center. Hug it all in. Your option to go into Shavasana or to roll onto one side and rise up into Sukhasana to close our class. Let's bring your hands into your Trishulaya Mudra, palms facing each other at the heart. Om Tat Purashaya Vidmahi Mahadevaye Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Dhanyavad.